Welcome back. Before we dive in, let me paint you a picture. It's way past your bedtime, and you're hiding under the covers with a flashlight, promising yourself just one more chapter. Sound familiar? That was me at 12, completely lost in my first adventure novel. And honestly, that magic hasn't faded one bit. Today we're exploring 6 legendary adventure novels that have given readers that just one more chapter feeling for generations. These aren't just dusty classics. They're the original binge-worthy stories that inspired everything from Pirates of the Caribbean to the Game of Thrones. Let's dive in. The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Forget modern revenge thrillers on Netflix. This classic surpasses them all. Let me introduce you to the original master of vengeance, the Count of Monte Cristo. Imagine being on top of the world. You're young, successful, and about to marry the love of your life. And suddenly, you're thrown into the darkest prison imaginable, betrayed by those who you trusted the most. Have you ever felt like everything had been ripped away? All human wisdom is contained in these 2 words: wait and hope. These words from Edmond Dantes hit very differently when you realize he spent 14 years in prison before orchestrating the most elaborate revenge plot in literature. This is the first time I truly understand how powerful patience and strategy could be. But here's the twist. The Count of Monte Cristo isn't just about revenge. It's about growth, justice, and whether revenge can ever truly bring peace. At what point does revenge stop being justice and start consuming your soul? Is revenge ever justified? Moby Dick by Herman Melville. How far would you go to conquer the unconquerable? Moby Dick is the original story of man versus nature, and it's every bit as gripping now as it was in 1851. Captain Ahab's relentless pursuit of the great white whale is an epic tale of obsession and destruction. I try all things, I achieve what I can. Ishmael's words capture the ambition and determination that drive the story. But Ahab's quest is a cautionary tale, reminding us of the dangers of letting obsession consume us. The white whale isn't just a massive mammal, it's a symbol of everything we can't control, everything we foolishly try to dominate. I think it rings true for much of today's issues. For modern readers, Ahab's struggle resonates differently, reflecting our own battles with nature and hubris. Have you ever considered how your own ambition might be shaping your path? Moby Dick should be next on your reading list if you're drawn to psychological thrillers and philosophical exploration. Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. If you ever loved Pirates of the Caribbean or played Assassin's Creed Black Flag, you felt the influence of Treasure Island. This isn't just another pirate story, it's the pirate story, and the one that created every trope we know and love. 15 men on a dead man's chest, yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. Long John Silver is one of the most compelling anti-heroes in literature. He's neither fully good or fully evil. He's just trying to survive, and in that sense, he's incredibly relatable. Personally, I've found him more fascinating than young Jim Hawkins. What about you guys? Jim's coming-of-age journey from innocent innkeeper's son to adventurer is as exciting today as when the book was first published. If you're ready for a swashbuckling good time, Treasure Island's next on your list. The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Before the Game of Thrones or The Witcher even existed, there was The Lord of the Rings. But here's what makes Tolkien's masterpiece so unique. It's not just about epic battles or magical rings. At its core, it's about the small acts of courage that can change the world. Even the smallest person can change the course of the future. This line isn't just a tagline, it's the heart of the story. Frodo's journey to destroy the One Ring is packed with danger, but it's the personal moments, Sam's loyalty, Aragorn's courage, and Frodo's quiet determination that make it unforgettable. And let's not forget Tolkien's world building. Every fantasy map and every fictional language owes something to Middle-earth. What if, like Frodo, the most significant change you could make started with a journey you didn't think you were capable of? If you love immersive worlds and epic journeys, this one's a must-read. Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. As a side note, this was the first adventure book I ever read at the age of 12, and I still love this book today. Have you ever wondered what it'd be like to start from scratch? Robinson Crusoe is the original survivor story, and is still as compelling as ever. Stranded on a desert island, Crusoe has nothing but his wits and a few supplies to survive. Thus, we never see the true state of our condition till it's illustrated to us by its contraries. Crusoe's journey from helpless castaway to self-sufficient survivor isn't just entertaining, it's profoundly thought-provoking. It's a meditation on resilience, ingenuity, and what truly matters in life. Crusoe's story resonates differently in today's world, where we've all experienced some form of isolation. How has your own experience with solitude changed your perspective on life? If you're fascinated by self-reliance and personal growth, this is your next adventure. Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. What would you do if you had just 80 days to circumnavigate the globe? Phileas Fogg's race against time is the ultimate travel adventure, from hot air balloons to vintage trains. His journey celebrates curiosity, innovation, and determination. Anything one man can imagine, other men can make real. Jules Verne's vision of a more connected world feels just as inspiring today as it did in the 19th century. This book is a must-read for anyone who's ever planned a trip or dreamed of exploring the world. If you're ready to embrace the thrill of the unknown, start your journey with Around the World in 80 Days. And here's a guilty pleasure honorable mention. Cross-Time Engineer series by Leo Frankowski. If you ever wondered what would happen if a modern-day engineer suddenly got transported back to 13th century Poland, then this lighthearted series is for you. Here's what makes these 6 novels truly special. They weren't just revolutionary for their time. They created templates storytellers still use today. Every survival game owes something to Robinson Crusoe. Every fantasy epic stands on the shoulders of the Lord of the Rings. More than that, these stories remind us that the best adventures aren't just about action. They're about transformation. Whether it's Frodo's leaving the Shire or Edmund Dante's emerging from the prison, these characters show us the most incredible journeys, change us from the inside out. So which of these stories speaks to you? For this week's challenge, pick one of these books and pair it with its modern equivalent. Drop your recommendations down in the comments. I'll go first in the pinned comment below. And don't forget, if you're intimidated by the classics, start with one that connects to your favorite modern story. Do you love The Last of Us? Try Robinson Crusoe. Can't get enough of heist movies? Then The Count of Monte Cristo is your next read. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.